Hi, I'm Pamela, and welcome to Green Stick Cottage, where I knit and crochet and do other yarny things whenever the cats allow me to. So this time I have some FOs, and the first one went to the recipient, so it's already been mailed. I don't have it in hand anymore, but I was almost done last time, or I was getting really close. But here's a picture. There should be one of the one side and then the reverse side, because that's what the Poppet Octopus does. Is it you can pop the head out, and also all 8 of the legs can be popped to the other side. So so that one I made with mainstays in purple and pink multi. And so that is the first finished object since last time. And I crocheted it with an E4 or 3.5 millimeter hook. So it's worsted mainstays, 100% acrylic is number 4 weight yarn. So that's how you get the stiffness to do the popping, and is by using that smaller hook with the worsted weight yarn. And that pattern is by Emily Ann on Ravelry, and I always get the name. It's like Poppet Octopus Reversible Fidget Toy, maybe. I might get it right this time, but I'll include a link to the free pattern on Ravelry. And so that was the first FO, and the second is the hat I'm wearing, which is the flashpoint hat. This is knitted in brioche stitch, and it is by Knitting Apprentice. There's another name when you actually get the pattern, but I can't remember the name. But on Ravelry, it's Knitting Apprentice is what it's listed under. And you could see kind of a braided pattern here. And for this one, I used Bernat Baby Sport in, let me check the name. To me, it's just purple, but it might be a different name. Let's see. Well, where is that? Did I move that card? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Lavender. Okay, so this is lavender, the purplish parts. And the pink parts are Lion Brand Mandala in the colorway Cupid. This was knitted. This is the third one of these flashpoint hats I've made. This was knitted with US 4 needles, which is 3.5 millimeters. And it's just in one size. You can choose to leave the brim off. You can also wear it without folding the brim up, and then it's more of a slouchy hat, and it's reversible. So if you want to wear the other side, which I'm probably going to make myself one of these in these same exact colors, and so I'll be wearing, mine will be purple, the main color, and the Cupid colorway as the contrasting color. So anyway, that's what flashpoint hat looks like, and it's all ready. Boy, my hair, it goes through so much abuse. That'll be going with her birthday card for my granddaughter, and the little backpack for the gift bag. So her flashpoint hat will be going, now that I've shown it, it'll be going into the little backpack here, all ready for her to open. And I'll be mailing that out tomorrow. I'll have to sign the card and, get that ready to go and get it packed. But that is the flashpoint hat, so yay for that. And the third FO, or finished object, let's see if I can restore some It's kind of hopeless. Let's just go with it. Um, is the Joyful Kitties MCAL, which is MKAL, Mystery Knit Along by Sherry Marie Leck, is hosting that, and she's the designer of the patterns. And so, of course, since it's kitties, I had to do it. And so the first thing was a coaster, the coaster with which I use daily now, so I can easily grab it, but I made a heart coaster and knitted this. And let's see, what am I knitting this with? I think it's number 6 and number 8 needles. Let's see if I can, come on, I know you're in here. There it is, Joyful Kitties. So I'm using size 8 needles, which are 5mm, and size 6, which are 4mm. So you do the cast on and the bind off with the larger needles, and then I'm using circulars. And these, so the coaster is 4x4. And once you post, this is taking place on Ravelry, and once you post a photo in Sherry's group, which is called Craft Designs for You, then she gives you the code for the next installment, which was the Joyful Kitties pillow. And so that's what I finished, and I've posted my picture, and I got the code to get. You could still get these patterns as paid patterns, but participants in the MCAL, as long as you post your finished item, she'll give you the code for the next one. So this is my finished Joyful Kitties pillow, and so this is a scrap buster project, I guess you'd call it, but I challenged myself to use up as much scrap yarn and leftover yarn as I could, and try not to buy new yarn, and get myself, because these are going to be for me, a blanket and pillow for free, essentially. It feels that way anyway. And here's the back of the Joyful Kitties. And so I used purples for the background, and as you can see, this was a very small ball of purple tones, Red Heart Super Saver, that I had. Some of these were little balls of yarn that had no labels, but I could tell by feel that they were acrylic yarns, and so I'm using all acrylics. You can kind of tell that even the whites are different, a little bit different. I just had, balls like maybe that big or that big, little ones. And I would try to use up the smaller ones first. And so that is my Joyful Kitties pillow, and I love it. And so that was fun to finish and put together and have a finished object. So I put it up here somewhere, usually. And so that was I think that's my last FO. So that's what I've finished so far. Oh, great. The light is going away. All right, let me pause this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to turn on a light because the sun is going down. It has been, the sun came out this afternoon, thank goodness, because it's just been raining and raining. And in town it's snowing. So I don't know if I'll get to go to town tomorrow for sure. It depends on how things look in the morning and if the snow melts off or not. So we'll see how it goes. So those were my FOs, and then my whips. So there are two MCALs, and the one I just showed, the pillow, Joyful Kitties, is knitted, and this is by the same person, Sherry Marie Leck, and this is the Happy Cats version MCAL, which is MCAL, so a mystery crochet along. And I'm doing the same thing, using up leftover yarns, in this case using blues for the background. And believe it or not, these are the darker blues. I split all the blues in same. I did the same with the purples. Darker ones over here, lighter ones over here. And so for the pillows, I'm using the darker set of blues, the darker group of blues. And again, I don't know, a lot of these I have no idea which colors they are or which brand or anything like that, but they worked all right together. So I've got the pillow front done, I've got the pillow form, and next I'll have to finish the back, which will look a lot like the back on the knitted version. And then I will have 2 kitty pillows. So I will be happy to have that. So that's, I'll probably be working on that it's the next thing in rotation after my deadline project, which I'll show you as well, because that's a new start. And then the other whip, I'm going to have to do some contortions to pull it up here and make some crackling noises, because the bag, a big enough bag, I like this one. Home is the sweetest place to be. I like that. So this is my granny square. This started as a, let me set this down so it's not crackling. Started as a crochet along with Connie at Just Another Stitch. It was supposed to run from August through the end of December. I did not get mine done. So, but during the interval between my last video and this one, I did get all of the black squares done. So I have all of these, all of the 3 round squares, 14 of those, and 23 of the 7 round squares done. And I also had, there were also, I believe, 2 of the 11 round squares in black. And so all I have left to do before I join is to weave in all the ends on these 2 stacks of squares. So I have to weave in all the ends, and I'm thinking seriously about making this my 100-day project that starts on February 18, in which case I've got to get all these ends woven in before the 18th, and to be able to start joining. And so I have, so in addition to black, I have green squares, purple squares, orange squares, blue squares, teal squares, pink squares, red squares, and yellow squares. So these are all going to be joined together, and hopefully I will have, if I do this as my 100-day project, I will have an entire, by the end of the 100 days that start on February 18, hopefully I will have a brand new blanket to enjoy, because I am making this blanket for me. And and I will be doing like a granny stitch join in black. So I'll still be using black. And so that's the progress I've made there. A very little bit of progress on this one. And where did I put my notes now? I don't want to lose my place. Okay, so those are the whips. And then new starts. I wanted to. I think her name is Jennifer Steingass. She had a 2-for-1 sale. I bought 2 of her sweater patterns, and I wanted to do Storyteller. The Storyteller is the name of the pattern. And so the first thing I had to do was a gauge swatch, and I was aiming for, I think it's 26 rows and 20 stitches for 4 inches, over 4 inches, 4 by 4. And so and that measurement for the gauge is in the round. So, and the pattern calls, the recommended needles were 3, 4, and 5 US size. And did I even put that on a card? Let's see. Nope, I didn't put the millimeters or even the US size for that. But I did swatch on a size 5 circular needle with a long cable so that I could do the magic loop to knit in the round. And I got this far, making a little tube. And I could tell already, I didn't want to go the whole 4 inches, when I could tell already I was not, no matter where I measured on this tube, I could not get 20 inches or 20 stitches. Is it? Yeah, over the 4 inches, right. So I got 19 and a half. And I can't remember if I used metal needles or wood. I think I used wood when I did this, and I thought, because my friend Jean says that, it can make a difference in the gauge between, even if it's the same size needle, the material of the needle could make a difference between metal and wood. So I don't know when I'll get back to this. So I was going, this is Mainstays 100% cotton yarn in I think it's opaline green. And for I'll try to put a picture over here of what the finished sweater looks like. It's absolutely a beautiful design. And I decided for the yoke, color work on the yoke, I wanted to use now what are they calling this color? Daylily pink, because I really like pink and green together. So and I have lots of the green because I was making a different top and I frogged it because my weight loss, this started as a weight loss make along with Connie at Just Another Stitch. And I spread myself too thin, so I couldn't get the top done before I lost weight to where, even though I started off making a size smaller than I actually was, my weight loss went beyond that, and so that if I had finished that top, it would have been too big on me. So I'm doing this, I decided, well, now that I have the Storyteller pattern, I like that one better anyway, so I'm just going to frog that one and start over. So that's as far as I've gotten. I don't know, this is not going to be a real high priority because I have another grandbaby coming, and I need to get busy on those things. I have a couple of deadline projects before that, and then I'm going to have to go like gangbusters to get that done in time for the baby shower in April. So I don't have a lot of time, but I did do that much, and I keep smaller projects in these little backpacks that I use for gift bags for the grandkids and stuff. So that is the Storyteller, and then what else did I start? Oh yes, let's go to the monster under the bed. Okay. Last time I talked about this, the, let's see. I've been reading ahead in this book. But this pattern, well, it's really more of an idea. This is conceptual knitting. In this book, I love it. It's called Knit the Sky by Lee Redmond. And it has all these great ideas. And so this one is the monster under the bed. And it's just related to childhood beliefs in a monster under the bed or fears of a monster under the bed. And kind of translating that into adulthood, where our fear is more like if we wake up during the night and we can't get back to sleep, that becomes a monster. Like, oh gosh, I need to get, I need to get back to sleep because I have to get up early in the morning or whatever. So I thought that was a great idea because, and so her idea, her concept was to start a project like that's mindless and that you can do in the dark, and because turning on the light is going to make you more wakeful, it's not real conducive to sleep. And so I had talked about how I had this long ago UFO that did not work out, even though I love the yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver, and the colorway is called Butterfly. And it's got all of these great bright colors. I love it. I don't know if I have any more skeins that I haven't started using, but I had this, this shawl, this big old, it just got too large and bulky, and it just, it was not going to work as a shawl for me. It's circular. It wouldn't even work as a blanket for me because it's too lacy. Like, I don't know if I could show that, but there's a lot of holes in it. And also the patterning of the shawl, it's a real pretty shawl pattern, but it just gets lost in this much color confetti, basically. But I still love the yarn, and this was actually called the Butterfly Shawl, and I thought that was great that I found this beautiful color that's called Butterfly. And of course Walmart doesn't carry it anymore, so I don't even know, Red Heart may have discontinued it. I don't know. It's been several years. So I started a garter stitch throw and on size 9 needles, and so that's pretty mindless, and I can do it in the dark. And so I'm hoping I don't bring this out very often. I did the as much as I did. I think I did 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 rows. I'm hoping that, I did this while I was wide awake, during the evening, to get it started. And so far I haven't pulled it out. I do keep it in this little tote thingy, and I do keep it under the bed for if that happens and I'm awake at night and I can't get back to sleep. And I can just knit in the dark. So this is how far it's gotten, and I'm not sure how big it'll be, but I'm going to make it a blanket. And if it doesn't, like if I run out of yarn, I'll find, and if I can't find this butterfly colorway, I'll just start in with some other color that I like and just, keep going until it's long enough to cover me. And so that is I'm calling this the monster under the bed, and I love that name. And unfortunately, though, I've had to get down on my hands and knees to get get this little container that the cats have moved too far under the bed. So I just had it on the edge, to where I could just reach down and grab it. So I have to check now when I go to bed at night to make sure it's not too far back for me to reach, because then it won't do me any good as an insomnia remedy. So that's that one. And then my final new start is my deadline project, which is another poppet octopus. This one is in Walmart Mainstays, 100% acrylic, in pink and purple multi. The last one was in purple with pink multi. This one's with pink in purple multi. So so these are the legs or arms or whatever you call those appendages. So I have I have all 8 of these done, 4 of each color. And I have started on the first head or body or whatever. But anyway, so I have all those done. They're so cute. And you can pop them in and out. I will be making myself one of these as well, just like I'm going to make myself a flashpoint hat. I'm going to make myself a poppet octopus, and I'm going to make mine with, I think, with pink, purple. There's going to be enough yarn left over to make. I'll make the heads with one pink, one purple, and then I'll do the border around the whole thing probably with this purple multi. And so this is the beginning of the first head. This will be the inside head. And I'm a little bit past halfway. There's 16 rounds altogether, and I just finished round 9. So this will be the inside head, and when you reverse it, this one will become the outside head. And the other head, the original outside head, will be pink. So to differentiate from her sisters, Poppet Octopus. So I kind of made them, having been a sister, and I have, grew up. I really appreciated it when people would, not just get us the exact same thing, but to where we could tell them apart. And so this kind of fits. So that's why I do them this way. I try to make them as similar as possible so that it's not like, well, why didn't I get that one or whatever? And so I'm using the same colors essentially, just kind of in different configurations. So this one is for the little sister of the last one. And so we'll see. Hopefully, and this will have to be mailed off next week, so I got to get this one done. And thankfully, these don't take a real long time to do, but I'm always itching to work on my other projects, and I have to stop doing that. I got to get all these deadlines done so I can do all the baby things in time for the baby shower. And that will be fun. So I can hopefully show that. I have to do, after I finish this Poppet Octopus, I have to do another princess hat and another flashpoint hat for March birthdays. And so then I can go to town on the baby stuff. And so that's where it's at now. And hopefully I'll be back soon with some more finishes. And thank you for watching. And I hope you're having a wonderful, yarny, fun day. And, hopefully you're not having to deal with a whole lot of snow. All right. I'll see you next time.